Exactly 50 years since the first moon landing, we're just minutes away from seeing the latest three-man crew head off for the International Space Station. Well, our correspondent Donald Quarter is there for us at the Cosmodrome in Baikonur, Kazakhstan. Don, always great excitement there just before liftoff. Tell us more.
Well, hey there, Yunan. Like you said, here we are in the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, and we're just several minutes away from witnessing this historic moment, the launch of the ISS Expedition 60 on the 50th anniversary of Apollo 11's landing on the moon. Now, in that Soyuz rocket behind me, there's, like you said, a three-man international crew. We've got Russian cosmonaut Alexander Skvortsov, American astronaut Andrew Morgan, and Italian astronaut Luca Parmitano, and they're just making their final preparations right there after years of training for moments just like this one. Now, there are a lot of factors of space travel that need to be considered, of course, before a launch of any sort, because after all, it is rocket science. And over the past couple days, I took a closer look into how the ISS both monitors radiation on the space station and protects its inhabitants from it. So let's jump right into that story. Here in the steppes of Kazakhstan, you could soak up a lot of UV radiation if you're not careful. But up in space, cosmonauts have more than just a little sunburn to worry about. On average, they're exposed to up to 1,000 times more radiation than we are here down on Earth. So serious radiation requires more protection than just this.
Protection is only half the battle, though. Aboard the International Space Station are 11 deck-sized monitors. The station's Columbus laboratory uses them to take note of how much radiation gets through their shielding.
With every new crew that comes aboard the ISS comes new radiation sensors. This happens every 6 months about. And this Soyuz rocket behind me is set to take the latest up to the ISS. Researchers will analyze the data on those sensors to further understand the mysteries of cosmic radiation.
The protective system works mainly to control the levels of radiation. The station's shell itself helps to protect us, as well as a few additions to the construction around the crew's quarters and the common work areas. The station is designed to be able to resist this, but our main protection is provided by nature itself in the form of radiation belt.
When Apollo 11 launched for its moon landing 50 years ago, astronauts reported seeing flashing lights even when they had closed their eyes. They had no idea it was radiation going straight through their eyeballs and putting them at a higher risk for developing cataracts. But scientists have come a long way since then in understanding how radiation affects space crews, and we can only imagine how much more they'll know in another 50 years. Donald Quarter, RT, Baikonur. Here we go, just right behind us. The rocket is about to launch. You could see the light and the smoke coming from under it. Wow, there it goes. It's so bright. It really brights up the night sky here in the steppes of Kazakhstan. Wow! You can really hear the entire world is shaking right now. And to Expedition 60, we wish you good luck from Earth. Wow. That was an absolutely incredible launch. The astronauts and the cosmonaut have trained so long for this moment, and then for it to happen in just several seconds. There you see it going through the atmospheres.
There we go. Always a few nervous moments just as liftoff takes place. I'm sure there's a lot of spouses and children in Baikonur right now, just looking as we are at live pictures of this latest expedition to the International Space Station. It will take around 6 hours and it will orbit the Earth 4 times before finally docking at the ISS, and it will be a very relieved Baikonur launch area when that news is said that it has done so safely. As Don was just saying, those 3 new astronauts and cosmonauts on board, ready to join the 3-person crew already up there on the ISS. OK, well, that's where we leave our bulletin for now, but I'm sure we will be going in and out throughout the hours just to make sure that all went well with this latest launch towards the ISS. See you soon.